Hello everyone, Jeremy Morgan here, and today I'm not going to be doing any live coding, but I promise you I'll be doing some live coding later this week for sure. Today I wanted to talk about Tour de Tech, and I'm really excited about this. This is really cool. This is not a sales pitch, I promise. Actually, I wasn't even asked to do this. I just thought it was a cool thing for people to do. I think it's a really cool thing, so I wanted to let my followers know what's happening and what's going on. And we do have a video here. I'll just go ahead and roll the video with the intro and kind of description of what Tour de Tech is, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. And if anybody wants to go into the chat and ask questions, I'll attempt to ask questions on it. But this Tour de Tech is a really cool, like 3-week race to improve your tech skills. So I'll go ahead and roll the video here.
Ready to put your skills into a higher gear? Good, because Tour de Tech is a game-changing, boundary-defying 3 weeks of technology skill challenges and chances to win some great prizes. Clip in your metaphorical cycling shoes and let's get on the road. In Stage 1 of Tour de Tech, you'll burst across the starting line by taking a skill assessment which will measure your proficiency in a given technology. Once you've gotten your skill IQ and are feeling pumped about how great you are, you'll be entered to win one of 100 custom prize packs containing a t-shirt, buff, and more. In Stage 2 of Tour de Tech, you'll pedal to the metal by watching at least 2 hours of expert-authored Pluralsight video courses to be entered to win one of 5 Apple Watches. Great for tracking your weekly Century ride. No, not turn of the Century ride. Better. Or it could just remind you to get off the couch. We don't judge. In Stage 3 of Tour de Tech, you'll find out how you rank in your current role by getting your very own Role IQ. Role IQ measures your skills in the technologies that are most relevant to your success and helps you identify areas for improvement. Once you've dialed in your Role IQ, you'll be entered to win a specialized road bike or a Peloton. So you and your new skills can ride off into the sunset together, or watch the sunset on a screen while you pedal in your basement. So come join the pack at Tour de Tech and earn your spot on the skills podium.
So, pretty cool, right? So basically what the Tour de Tech is like a 3-week race. So it starts today. You can actually sign up today and do it today. I've got the URL down below. And, turn off that sound there. Okay. So you can enroll today, pluralsight.com/Tour de Tech. And the first part of the race is open from July 20th, that's today, until Thursday. And so all you have to do from now until Thursday is take a skill IQ. And the cool thing is you don't even need a Pluralsight account. So if you don't have a Pluralsight account, you can still take part in this, which makes it cool. But you just take a skill IQ. They usually take 15 to 20 minutes, and you can pick out any skill like JavaScript, React.js, Go, C#, whatever it is that you want to test your skills on. And you can take a skill IQ and that will enter you into the contest. You can take several skill IQs and just kind of see where you're at. Now in Stage 2, that's going to be Friday, July 24th until the July 30th. So in the second stage, you need to watch at least 2 hours of courses. So here's what I would do. Let's say you're a JavaScript programmer. You could go in and for the first step, like today, tonight, right now, you could take a skill IQ and just see where you're at with JavaScript. You know, maybe you're novice, maybe you're expert, whatever. And then in Stage 2, you can go in and take a couple hours of JavaScript courses or more, you know, just kind of sit down and take them piece by piece. The cool thing about Pluralsight courses, of course, is they are broke up into small segments. So you don't have to sit down for 2 hours in your chair and take a course. You can take a little bit here, you know, learn what variables are, and this is what a function is, whatever, that kind of cool stuff. So take a couple of courses or a couple of hours of courses for the Stage 2 part of it, and you'll be entered to win a chance to get an Apple Watch for that. So that's a pretty easy time investment. And the reason I think this is cool is because this is kind of stuff that, you know, people probably would do anyway if they're just curious about the platform or curious about learning a new skill. And it just seems like a really low amount of effort. And if you don't win the Apple Watch, you've still taken 2 hours of courses and learned something. So it's pretty awesome. So stage 3 is where you take a role IQ. Now, a role IQ is very similar to a skill IQ, where a skill IQ will say there's a JavaScript skill IQ and there's a React skill IQ or an Angular skill IQ or something like that. It's very skill based. The role IQ is a little bit different. The role IQ could be anything like AWS administrator to JavaScript developer, web developer, mobile developer. The role IQ is definitely more towards the role. Where are you at in your role? You know, are you an advanced? Are you expert? Are you beginner? Whatever. And that's stage 3 is where you would take the role IQ. And that goes from July 31st until August 6th. So following this plan, you don't have to invest a ton of time. And even if you don't win these cool things, like there's a specialized road bike or a Peloton, if you make it to stage 3 of the race, you be entered to win one of those. That is freaking cool. That's huge. But even if you don't win those prizes, you're able to see where you're at. You know, you can see where you're at on a skill, take a couple hours of courses, check things out. If you're not a Pluralsight customer, that's not a problem. You can still take courses. You can get up to 100 courses for free. So there's got to be something in there that's relative to what you're trying to learn. So even if you don't win any of the prizes, it's kind of a small investment and you'll end up building some skills and learning some cool stuff. So I would definitely suggest checking this out. Now, there is a little bonus here that if you complete all stages of Tour de Tech, which, as I've described, sounds pretty easy, complete all 3 stages and you're entered to win a bonus exclusive virtual experience at Pluralsight Live next year, or I should say later this year. So that's pretty cool. So what I want to do is just kind of let the followers know what's going on. This is pluralsight.com/tour-de-tech. I'll post URL to it again in my Twitter and LinkedIn and all the other different places you might be seeing this and share your progress with me. You know, if you decide to do this and you take a skill IQ, you know, send me a skill IQ or something, you know, take a screenshot of it. Tag it with the hashtag Tour de Tech. Just kind of show off your skills, you know, especially if you get a big expert rating, you know, that's kind of cool to show off to people. So, yeah, anyone that wants to take part in this, and if you do take part, go ahead and tag me. Let me know. I'm going to take part in it, even though I'm obviously, I work for Pluralsight. I'm not eligible for any of the prizes. I'm still going to kind of go through this, and I'm going to find a skill IQ and something that I know I'm terrible at and take it and then take a couple courses or, you know, a little bit of time on that skill and see if I can improve it. And maybe I'll do the same thing with a role IQ. I'll go into a role IQ that I know I'm not going to totally master and see how much I can boost that up. So just to recap, stage 1 is take a skill assessment, and that is starting today, right now, until Thursday. Just take a skill assessment. You'll be entered to win one of 100 custom prize packs. Stage 2, which will be July 24th to July 30th. Watch at least 2 hours of our expert-led courses. Stage 3 is going to be from Friday, July 31st to Thursday, August 6th. And that one, you will take a role IQ to be entered in that. And with that small investment of time, you could end up with a cool Peloton bike or specialized road bike. So that'd be pretty cool. So this is kind of a race, you know, to see how you do. And I'm really curious, any of my friends or followers out there, I'm really curious if you sign up, especially if you've never tried Pluralsight before. I would like some, you know, honest feedback on what you think of it. You know, even if it's like, this is terrible, this will never work for me. I'd still would love to hear it. So love to hear about your progress, any of the cool things you're doing, stuff like that. So hit me up and let me know. Anyway, that's pluralsight.com/tour-de-tech. And I will post the link on all my social media so you can check it out. I think it's a really cool idea. And I think it's there's a lot of cool prizes there, and there's a lot of cool opportunities. You know, you might end up learning something that you were curious about that you've never messed with before. You know, pick a weird language or something and, you know, could end up leading to something really cool. Anyway, thank you for watching my impromptu stream. And as I said, I will do some live coding with something at some point this week. I'll get back on here. I'll probably play around with the Raspberry Pi a little more, maybe some Golang, Python stuff. I don't know yet. I actually haven't planned it out yet. So, but I just wanted to share this with everybody. It's starting right now. You don't have to wait. You can just go up there and sign up. sign up, take a skill assessment, see if you can beat some of mine. I'll post some of my skill IQ assessments. They're not all expert. I'll totally admit that, but I'll post some of my skill IQ and see if you guys can beat. I'm sure you folks can beat my skill IQ on something, and then you can post it in that same thread and be like, look I just whooped you in JavaScript or whatever. And then you'll be entered to win some prizes. So check it out. Anyway, thank you for watching my stream, and see you online.